Hey guys, so I thought about this and I thought this is such an important video to do because so many times we talk about how to start sentences, how to talk with people, how to respond. How often it is the case that we want to say something and we are talking and we start a sentence but we don't know where it's going to finish. Right, that is a big problem. I decided that there should be a formula. I mean, of course, with native speakers or people who have spoken for a long time, they don't need a formula. They can come up with something at the moment. However, for immigrants or for people who have English as their second language, it's really tough to sometimes start talking and the person is in front of you or multiple people are in front of you and you know that your sentence is going nowhere. You're really confused as to what you're going to say next, and that is going to cause nervousness because you need to come up with something, otherwise you face embarrassment. So I have compiled a list of some really good words. If you memorize them, whenever you're stuck in situations where you don't know what to say next, remember this list and you will instantly understand exactly how you have to structure your sentence. So let's talk about it. First, I'm going to talk about 4 words that are very common and that don't need any explanation. And, but, because, and I mean. Okay, so these are simple, and this is something that is taught in public speaking, where we teach people and institutes teach people to keep talking. Don't finish a sentence. Keep sentences open-ended to engage people in the conversation. For example, I want to talk to you, let's pick a situation. Let's say that we're in an office and I want to talk to you about how work is like. I'm going to talk to you as a colleague and I'm talking to you, I'm saying, work is really busy these days. That's it. That's all I have to say, but what a bad sentence this is. I mean, it has no depth. It is going nowhere. It's very non-specific. It's really boring, actually. I don't know if you guys watched that show, The Circle. It's kind of my guilty pleasure, but when I watch that show and there are people who are being eliminated and, people are giving random comments, they're saying, I don't know how this is going to play out. I don't know what's going to happen next. These are boring statements, they go nowhere. And if you are in a work situation where you're like, work is getting really busy these days, it's just a random statement. Who cares? Let's add some depth to it. Let's say, and. Okay, work is really busy these days and I think I'm a little stressed out. Maybe I need a break. Okay, now it has more depth. The person you're engaging with can now be more engaged and be more involved because now you have given a little background about how you feel. Let's talk about but. Work is really busy these days, but it wasn't like that last year. I don't know what's going on this year. Next one. Work is really busy these days because I think the boss wants more sales, so he's just giving us more work instead of the sales staff. You see how this conversation goes into a different place. It becomes better, it becomes more detailed. 4th one, work is very busy these days. And now you gotta say something. So, it's never been like that. I don't know if it's more increase in sales or maybe new customers. So now you have included multiple levels to this conversation and the person who you're talking to can respond and be in a more meaningful, engaging conversation with more topics to talk about. So these 4 are default. You should always have them in your mind. And, but, because, Let's talk about some more because you cannot always use these ones. So you want to use a variety for every situation. The next one, actually the next 2 are a bunch of conjunctions, which I have discussed before on this channel. You can watch my video on conjunctions. I've made multiple videos on that. But the ones I'm going to talk about right now, just for day-to-day conversation, are plus, furthermore, on top of that. Okay. Whenever you're connecting ideas, you can use a combination of these words. And, we use and, right, normally. We can also use plus whenever you say and. This is for normal conversations. When you are in formal conversations, you can use furthermore and on top of that. So this is with presentations, this is with meetings, and just when you're talking to formal people. Let's talk about concluding words. So now let's say you're doing a big sentence, not the one that I mentioned earlier, not something like, work is busy, but it's something like work has been really busy today and I'm getting a little tired. Now it's a longer story. Now you want to conclude it. When you're talking casually to someone, you can use words like so and that's why. So I need to take a day off tomorrow. That's why I need to take a day off tomorrow. When you're talking formally to people, two concluding words I would recommend are hence and therefore. Okay, again, good conjunctions and connectors for conclusions. So now you got these conjunctions. Once again, you have plus furthermore on top of that for connections, and for concluding words, you got hence, therefore, so, and that's why. Let's talk about more. Let's use the condition now. If. If is a very good word. Now, again, let's talk about a different situation. I meet someone in the park, okay? We have the same dog breed. So we're talking about dogs. And I'm saying that, this dog drives me crazy. Now just to continue the conversation, and now I gotta say something. So if, and there's a condition, if I had the option to buy another breed, I would go for it because this one really drives me crazy. Okay, so now you got more addition, you have more conditions. The next one I'm gonna tell you guys is I think it's. So for example, we're talking about dogs, and my dog is really active all the time. I think it's, and now you're gonna have to explain this condition more. It's not just empty conversation. You say, I think it's because he doesn't get a lot of activity during winters, so he gets all of it out right now. Okay? Next one is, that's just my opinion. Now this is when you really don't have much to say. You did a good sentence, or maybe not, you did half a sentence, but you wanna finish it. But it sounds weird if you want to finish it right now. For example, if I'm telling you that I'm a YouTuber, I make a lot of videos that really helps my audience, it's a good pitch, right? Good tone. But what if I wanted to say more? Something like, I'm a YouTuber, I make a lot of good videos, and that really helps a lot of my audience. And now, I was about to say something, but I kind of stopped now. So I would say, and I think that's my opinion. I think that's my opinion, and this is how I can complete a sentence that should have been completed, but sounds a little awkward if I stop right now, so I can just add a little filler. I think that's my opinion, or that's what I think. Okay? Next one is, what do you think? All right, so I think I'm a great YouTuber. I believe my videos really help people. Have you seen me on YouTube? What do you think? Okay, now you are again engaging the person, and while you know in your head that you don't have much to say, but you are saying, what do you think? That changes all the focus and attention from you. And if you're a nervous speaker, this is really good because you don't want to keep speaking. You can shift the responsibility now to the other person and get them involved. And again, you're not finishing awkwardly. The next one is basically. Okay, so pronunciation basically, not basically. Okay, basically, no A sound. And that is when you elaborate further whatever you are trying to say. So again, I'm in a situation where I'm in a party and I'm meeting a new person and they're asking me what I do. So I'm a teacher, I teach mainly. Awkward, right? I mean, I want to say more, but maybe it's a really good-looking girl I'm meeting and I'm nervous, so I just stop there. But my mind kicks in, and my YouTube lesson from HZad Education reminds me I gotta say basically to continue this conversation. So I'm a teacher, I teach English language. Basically, it's more like a day job. I work 9 to 5, and I prefer to just rest in the evenings. Now you see the conversation went longer. Didn't sound awkward, it didn't have an awkward finish. The next one is now, comma, listen. Why I put comma there is to tell you guys to pause for a while. So, I'm trying to tell someone some bad news, okay? I could say, for example, there has been okay, I'm delivering a bad news, okay? I took your car and I got into an accident. Now, it's weird. I mean, I'm guilty, I'm nervous, I don't know how to deliver bad news, but I also know this is so awkward the way I'm saying this, right? So I gotta complete my thought. I took your car, I got into an accident. Now listen, it's not as bad as you think, and there's a minor scratch that I can pay for. Okay, so now listen is you either convincing someone, negotiating, or just trying to explain your side of the story more. And it helps not to give that awkward finish, but also lead to something that you need to explain in more detail. The next one is why not? Okay, so again, you're giving some advice, okay? You're telling your younger brother that you should really focus on your studies. I think you will get a bad result if you don't. Okay, good advice, but as a big brother or big sister, it doesn't sound like you know a lot, like it doesn't add a lot of depth to your conversation. So let's follow this up with, your results are going worse and I think you're gonna fail like this. Why not? Why not? And now, plus second suggestion, why not try learning from Fred, who gets straight A's? Maybe he can help you out. Okay, next one is obviously. Obviously is, of course, everybody knows what obviously is, and you can use it when, I think in so many situations. I mean, I cannot even point out any one situation. I'll just give an example. So right now, I'm making a YouTube video, and what happened right now is I forgot what I was gonna say. Obviously, I'm a little tired. See, there's on the spot. So when you say obviously, something will come up because you would relate it to similar events, and a good word to use. The next word, second last word, is let me clarify. Let me clarify. Again, I can use it in this situation. Today, you guys might notice I'm speaking a little awkwardly. Let me clarify. This is my third day of braces on my teeth, and it's really hard to speak. So now you see that I could have stopped at saying, sorry guys, today I am a little awkward while speaking, but let me clarify helps me explain and helps me lead into something more deep, not to stop the conversation. And the final thing is it's. Now with it's, you can say a bunch of adjectives. So it's amazing, it's interesting, it's great, it's awesome. For example, summers are still here in Winnipeg. Usually at this time it gets really cold. Okay, so I'm talking to someone about it, and if I stop here, I don't know what to say next. It's awkward, right? It doesn't feel complete. Let me now say, it's amazing. It feels great. It's awesome. Okay, summers are still here. Winnipeg usually has winters by now, so I think it's great that we still have summers. You see what I mean? So by saying it's and associating a quality with it, you're able to continue to talk more. And with these words, with these phrases, you will never have an awkward end to a sentence. You'll be speaking very well, you'll know how to connect different points, and you will never be in those awkward, weird situations, but you can actually have a really good conversation with the use of those. To start, I would say learn the first four: and, but, because, and I mean, and then continue practicing with the rest, and you will turn into an awesome public speaker and private speaker as well. Thank you very much. If you find value in this video, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends as well, and let them know what we're doing here at HZad Education might help someone. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you again, and take care.